I got my joint. I be playing the shit in my head, you know what I mean? But I know that I'm allowed to think like this.
Mm-hmm.
If that's how I'm dealing with my shit, that's how I'm dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Brother said, like, don't touch it, don't deal with it, okay? That's his kid. I was my nephew, I love him, but that's his kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I can talk about that kind of shit. Now, I couldn't talk about it then. It hurt it. It hurt it, man. Like, that shit hurt, man. Like, that shit hurt. But I can deal with it now. I'm learning how to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to be vulnerable. You know, I think Kurt brought for that.
Mm-hmm.
They told me that it's okay to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. When that happened with your nephew? When that happened?
Like 3 years ago.
Okay. All right.
My other nephew, he was in an accident. He's been in the coma for 4 years. And that's not my favorite nephew. Like, losing him is hard. Like, I didn't lose him. He's here, but he's not here. You know what I mean? Like, that's not, you know, like that was my son. You know what I mean? Like, that's my guy. Like, that was my brother, only kid. He died. My brother died. His dad. He never met his dad, so like he was like leaning on me. And that joint, like that tore me apart. That kept me in the street for years. Mm-hmm. That kept me in the street for years. PCP was my medication for that.
Everybody hear that?
And then my mom kept real to me, so I'm like, all right, I can't keep smoking that shit. Keep getting picked up by the cops. All right, so now I gotta find another drug that can medicate. Cause I didn't want to I kept getting like real sad, and I had to learn like, yo, like it's okay. Sadness is a part of life. Mm-hmm. Literally, like people die, man. Like it's a part of life to die. You know? So death is sad. There's nothing good about death. The only thing that's good about death is hopefully you go to paradise in the earth. Mm-hmm. And then I had to accept it because I kept being disappointed, not with God, but I was being disappointed with the situation. Mm-hmm. And then, like, in my religion, like, I have to accept it. Like, I was beating around the bush with myself, but I have no choice. I have to accept it because if I don't accept it, it's like saying that God made a mistake. Mm-hmm. That God let me do a mistake. Mm-hmm. So what happened to him? It was already written there. Mm-hmm. Regardless that's what it was. Mm-hmm. And it hurt. And I learned that it's okay. That's the way it was written, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. Like, and I'm okay with that now. Mm-hmm. That's all I want to say.
Our condolences, brother. How much time y'all clean?
Oh God, I got over 130 days.
Let's give it to all y'all.
And listen, we about to embark upon a contract with the Youth Study Center, God willing, to talk to the youth. If anybody here want to start talking to the youth, aftercare. Like, I'm not talking aftercare. I'm talking about after high school hours, like maybe from like 3 to like 5 or 3 to 6. Mm-hmm. Let me know, all right? Because I got to give them the proposal and let them know what we're going to be teaching. I want to teach about discipline, like the brother was talking about. Because see, a lot of us, we almost close to what? 550 murders. Yeah. That's a lot of murders, right? Yeah. And you got a lot of people out here that still out here got loved ones who loved ones got murdered, and they out here what? Angry. And ready to do what? Take revenge. Mm-hmm. And you got kids right now that's trapped up right now, need an outlet to let them know they can cope through tragedy. Yeah. Anybody hear that? Yeah. So that's some content we about to embark upon. If anybody has the heart to talk to young youth, we definitely need you, okay? Come on.
What bothers me today, our children is not even safe in a playground. Mm-hmm. That's all.
What's up, brother?
In a playground. where recreation is supposed to be taking place. They're not even safe in the playground. More deaths came from teenagers shooting, killing teens in playgrounds. I just want to put that.
And women getting killed like crazy too.
Yeah.
And check this out. My granddaughter, my step granddaughter, right? She goes to J. Cook, right? And bullies was messing with her because they had dress down day. So we got her some new shoes, some jeans, and some of the girls got jealous. And she's the type not to be a real aggressive. She's the one that let people bully her. You know what I'm saying? But she will report your ass, right? So they pulled her hair, they stepped on her jacket, they unlaced her shoes and all of that. So, trouble, right? I know that if you flip out on what? Kids, children, then the parents come. Everybody hear that? Right. So so that's a delicate situation. Cause I said, listen, we ain't going up to no school to fight, but she don't mess with nobody. That's just like my man right here. He ain't a bully. He don't mess with nobody. But he got a bully in here who always messing with him. People who don't like bullies gonna jump on a bully to defend him. She don't mess with nobody, but these little girls are jealous. Now they messing with her. And now we gotta what? Calm down. See the person will go through the right channels. Cope with the bullying so we don't get what? Out of hand. And they need more adults there. And you got adults, looking the other way while these kids acting crazy at school. And before they pick up guns, it starts at school. Way before we pick up a gun. It starts when we was little boys. When you play with a little toy gun, what happened when you get older? The real guns.
Honestly, changed during school, like, because back when I was in elementary, my teacher used to, Miss Pastrana, I still remember her name. She taught a 12-foot-inch ruler.
Yeah.
She used to whip my ass all the time.
That's missing.
Call my mom like, go ahead, you got it. Beat his ass.
That's missing.
But it's a different day and time.
It's a different day and time.
Kids are bringing their guns to school.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it just, you can't go. Time change.
But the word of God says, spare the rod, spoil the child. And DHS is good and it's bad. I gotta stop calling DHS the boogeyman or the beast, the mark of the beast, because trust, believe it or not, some homes need DHS. Yeah. My brother used to work with DHS, and if you to hear the stories he told me, thank God for DHS. Anybody hear that? Yeah. But then on the other hand of DHS, they grab children, and sometimes they don't need to do that. Yeah. And the parents gotta fight like hell to get them back. And listen, we didn't call DHS when my mother used to beat my ass because I was warned first. Dirk, stop stealing. Dirk, stop lying. Dirk, go to school. Dirk, stop messing up. Dirk, stop talking back. And I did just the opposite. And I got my ass whipped. Knocked out of abuse, out of what? Love. Because those ass whippings help preserve my ass. And it helped save my life. Like Malcolm X. Malcolm did everything on the streets that a lot of us we did, but went to jail and got what? Saved. And he came out one of the most prolific orators to walk this planet. Criminal, minister, husband, father, martyr. Change, process, metamorphosis. We all can get there. But we definitely need an army to get to these schools. And no disrespect, I'm not gonna deal with color, but this is important too. We need more black men teachers in our schools. Anybody hear that? Yeah. We need more black men teachers. Yeah. Other than gym, other than security. Black men teaching science. Black men teaching what? English. Yeah. Economics. We need that. Kids need to see themselves. I'm not trying to be racist them like that, but that's important in our neighborhoods. That's missing.
Why do you think that is?
Huh?
Why do you think that is?
Because
is there a lot of black men going to school to be teachers, or
they're not hiring them? They're out there,
okay.
But it's all by design. It's all by design. It's all by design. Trust and believe that. But you can't have no black man go to no Jew school and teach Jews about Judaism, and they not a Jew. So what's going on with our race? That we have other people teaching our kids. I'm talking about. Every people can teach us, but listen, we got to teach ours first. It starts at home. But let me get this. Stay open-minded, stay focused, anticipate trouble, Play your tape all the way back. How about compassion and what? Respect for others. Compassion and respect for others. Anybody?
Big one.
Is that important?
Very important.
Some men in here might have what? Psychological issues. Who happen to be drug addicts. Schizophrenic, shooting dope. Bipolar, tripolar, on crack. Bro, what's it that? Oppositional defiant disorder, alcoholics. Mental issues first. That's unaddressed, like he talked about. Never talked about it.
Never talked about it.
But stayed out there longer than he needed to. Now he talking about it. Now he working on coping skills. But it's a process. But he on his way to healing. Death is a big blow.
Yeah, boots, man.
Compassion and respect for others. How about a brother who snores in here? How about a brother who got pride in here? His hand won't go up, but you know he need toilet paper. And he needs socks. And he got on some tight pants and they were donations, but he needs some pants, he needs some sweatpants.
I mean, like, you know something though?
Yeah, come on.
Like, a lot of times, it's hard for people to deal with the roots, like you said. Because now that I know at 63 what I know now, I know that in my life now, I gotta go all the way back to when I was a little kid. What kind of kid was you? And what kind of family did you come to? And this was before the drug. Before I even took a drug, I was a mischievous kid. I was an arrogant kid. I was a bad kid. And the drugs enhanced it. But that's who I was before the drug, and that's who I became during the drug. So I'm talking about going back before the drug. That's why when people come to me about the drug, I said, man, ain't no drug, man. Who are you before that? Because you got to go back to, like he called it, the root.
What makes you drink? What makes you?
Yeah, who were you before?
Right.
You
Find
drank.
out how you
Right.
stay clean.
So once you know who you was before you drank, then you know when you took the drug that you was gonna continue to be that way because drugs didn't do nothing for me but got me in trouble. I was already troublesome, and the drugs made me more troublesome.
Without a doubt.
So now, okay, now I can tell you who I am. Before I could tell you who I am, but I was ashamed, so I didn't want to tell you. I was a punk, I was a troublemaker. I was one of the kids that went around picking on little kids and them picking on me. I didn't want to tell you that because I was ashamed. So when you go back into who you were and you evaluate yourself as to who you are now, that's when I begin to get better. But until I go back and dig deep into something, I'm gonna stay in denial. Denial keeps you not getting better. And what can you do?
That's good food. That's good food. That's just like a rich man. What's in him will be manifested, right? He just got more opportunities and more things to what to do because he got more money. So if you was a snake, you'll be a bigger snake with money.
Okay.
You'll be a bigger snake with money, right? And look, and drugs just what? Manifest was already in your heart. Right? Exactly. Some people, I used to hide and blame drugs. No. Let's check this out. Who in here not mad at drugs? You mad at the consequences of using. That's my beef. That I can't what? Use drugs. The consequences is my beef. Not the drugs. Drugs is my best friend. Right. I like dope, but I don't like being dope sick. That's the problem.
If you could do it successfully, you probably would still.
Come on, exactly. Come on, right? All right, okay. Can you imagine if they legalize dope and crack? You think things will calm down?
It get worse. You know better.
You think so?
Yeah, you know it'll get worse.
But check it out. Look, even though alcohol is legal, you don't supposed to drink and fly no plane.
Right.
Everybody understand that? Yeah. But when you see Denzel in that movie Flight, regardless, he smoked weed, sniffed coke, got drunk, and fly the plane and fell asleep for 20 minutes. Yeah. But my whole point is, check this out. If we legalize crack and legalize dope, this is my opinion, right? The cats that's on the corners, they no longer what? Make money. Because I can go get the same things they selling from CVS, etc., etc. And what happened it takes their mind and put their mind somewhere else, productive, hopefully, to start building an empire, a revolution. Because they mind is what? Distracted or what? Just selling. But if you legalize it, you take the what? The money out of their pockets. Same thing when alcohol was illegal. All the gangsters that rose up when it was alcohol was illegal. And when they legalized alcohol,
Slow it up.
there you go.
Yeah, it will, because
My man.
You gonna give the police station nothing to do.
Ah, there we go. Come on, we talking now. We talking real now.
And they're not gonna do
We
that.
talking real now.
Drugs is what caused the mayhems and everything. So the jobs that if there's you imagine everything which the police officers just what there for a fight, car crash, but there's going to be murder anyway because that's just that's before drugs
That's
even,
evolution.
Right.
just there since the beginning of time.
Right.
It's going to be less stuff.
It's another thing to keep the
If
world
you
going.
imagine me getting medicated because through my Medicare I go over there, let's go get my dope, let's go get my whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, what's the crime in that? If you're getting it legit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, unless I did something, the only thing could be if I did something under that influence and I'd be like, well, he was, whatever. You know what I mean? But
Now they got
the
medicinal weed.
world will be chaos because I'd be like, you can't let a dope fiend fly a plane.
And they still gonna get high. I mean, you're right though. You're right though. But you understand what I'm talking about though?
I understand.
Yeah. Like they tell me shooting safe houses down there in Kensington.
Yeah, like
you shoot dope and have a nurse there and have some coffee and go out and come back.
And come back. Here's a funny one.
They'll
My
try
man
to
was
If
up.
you don't throw no trash on the ground,
Uh,
the street sweepers and the sanitation people wouldn't have a job.
Nope,
Because it
you'll
wouldn't
get
be nothing. It wouldn't be nothing to sweep.
it's too much money in it. If they had election, K&A will be cleaned up in one damn day. No drug dealers, no drug users, no pushers. They will have that place clean up
They have to continue to keep things going.
all the way up.
They had to bring the National Guard in there to stop that shit. That's
But
the only way that will happen.
somebody is cashing in these problems.
Without a doubt.
Somebody's cashing in.
Without a doubt.
Your government.
This
Jails
is
are
cashing
full of
in.
addicts.
This
Rehab
place is
is
cashing in.
absolutely.
Police officers cashing in.
but that's the American way.
The government
That's
The
cashing
government
in.
is cashing.
The government gets a taste of everything.
Follow the money, you find the criminals.
If you can
Follow the money, you find the criminals. Come on.
Underground, you can stop drug trafficking, man. They let it come in.
You can
Bro, the medical weed,
Thank you.
the
You
medical
find a man
weed.
under the ground from another country, man. Man, listen, man. America got so
Thank
much
you.
power. They just let it, man, because that's a cycle.
The
It's like-
cartel run the
It's like
government.
aluminum. It's always recycled. One can is recycled all the
The
time.
cartel run
Prison
the
system
government.
the same way. Society is the
Too much
same
money.
way.
Yeah, it's too much money.
Too much money for them to stop
That's
it.
the answer.
And that's crazy. My man had his hand out. Come on, brother.
I think one of those countries in the Netherlands, like Denmark or something, they did legalize drugs.
Oh, they did?
Like, their crime has gone down significantly over the last 4 years.
Anybody hear that?
Oh, wow.
In Denmark,
Okay, bro.
they legalized drugs.
A lot, like 50% or something.
Oh, yeah? They try to say that. My mayor in Baltimore, he said that years ago, like in the early 90s.
Wow.
And then listen, they try to get rid of his ass. Yeah, legalizing dope in Baltimore. That's Heron City right there. Baltimore City. All right, y'all. Let's get stay back on Pat. Damn, we at that time. Let's do one more, y'all. Gratitude.
Yeah.
Let's do one more. Gratitude.
That was today, gratitude.
Yeah. Everybody got gratitude today?
Yeah.
Who complaining here? Let's talk to the people who complain. Complain and bitch all day long.
Yeah, we got
Let's
one.
talk to you.
Yeah. We got one.
Gotta stay grateful, y'all. Hey, I'm guilty sometimes.
Talking.
And listen, I come home, I got 6 dogs. And got poop around the couch. Ladies upstairs, my lady upstairs and her daughter upstairs. I see dishes in the sink. I'm mad already. I'm mad already, right? I worked all day. I do home health care. I do groups. I come home. I travel. I get back here. I get home. I expect the house to be what? At least clean.
Yeah.
And when it ain't, sometimes when I know my lady laying down, I know sometimes because she has ailments and all that stuff like that. So I give her a pass. But the daughter, what are you doing? And sometimes she got a nerve sometimes to talk about everybody else except what? What she ain't doing. And how can you have women in the house and the house is dirty?
Right?
Yeah.
And then the dishes ain't clean. And no food cooked.
Cut and drink in the fridge.
But yo, check it out. Another thing too, my rent is like $1,000. And listen, pay the rent. Thank you, God. Yo, I paid Pico. Thank you. Comcast coming up. Thank you, God. Water, heat. So I take care of responsibilities. I gotta stay what? Grateful in spite of what somebody else ain't doing. And that's what? Coping skills. To be able to manifest and ask God to give me the strength and the energy, the resources to make sure what? Bills get paid. Real important. Don't complain. Maintain. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Hey, love y'all. Good group. Until next week, new topic, same passion. Who woke us up, y'all?
God.
With the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will, not ours, be done. Amen. All right, y'all.
Hey.
All right.
Can't give you